Hello, so today we will be talking about the customer churn dataset. And customer churn is basically when a customer from a company decides to leave your services in exchange to look for someone else in the market. And obviously, that is bad for companies because they will lose a lot of income. So, predictive models are made to predict whether or not someone will leave the services of the company. And a good application for predictive models like this would be enterprise, of course, because retention plays a huge factor in today's economic climate. And obviously, they would want to keep their customers so that they generate more profit. Specifically, we'll be talking about telecommunication companies because that is what the dataset asks for. Let's get into the EDA, exploratory data analysis. And as you can see, we have a correlation heat map. Inside the blue box is where we can see all of the correlation between the target variable churn and four of our feature variables. And two of them, contract renewal and data usage, are negatively correlated, while customer service calls and daemons are positively correlated. We can also maybe use monthly charge, but monthly charge we cannot use because it has a very good correlation with data usage and daemons. Therefore, that would overfit our model because of multicollinearity. Therefore, we will never use that. So let's get into the positively correlated features first, and that is customer service calls. As you can see in this bar plot, people that have around 0 to 2 customer service calls are less likely to leave the company, while the people that do gather at around like 4 to 9 or maybe even above customer service calls. And then for another positively correlated feature would be the average daily minutes. And average daily minutes is basically the average bill that you get for using your self service per day. So for people that do leave the company eventually, 50% of them have above 220 ish daily minutes, and that's huge. That means people that use more daily minutes or get more daily minutes charged to them are more likely to leave the company as well. And for negatively correlated features, we have contract renewal. And in this simple bar plot, people that do not leave the company, people that stay with the company, they renew their contracts, which a lot of them do renew their contracts, while people that do not renew their contracts are more likely to, well, leave the company. And finally, final feature is negatively correlated the data usage in gigabytes. And that's the amount of data that people use per month, I think. And this is interesting because people that do leave the company only have about like zero point 0.5 ish gigabytes that they use, while most of the people that stay with the company use like up to like 2 gigabytes of data. And finally, let's look at the target variable. It looks like there's a class imbalance. There's drastically more people that stay with the company than the people that leave the company. So we will oversample to equalize both classes. And for the models, we'll be using a bunch of them. We will not be using a stack or an ANN. We will instead be using basic, simple logistic regression, random forest, gradient boosting, support vector machines, and uh, let's just see the results then. So you can see we have 5 classifiers measured with their precision, recall, accuracy, and F1 scores. You can pause the video and look at this if you'd like, but the best one by far is random forest. But of course, the other ones do pretty well, so can't really complain. But we're using random forest. And let's look at the little website that we have here, we got a little introduction here. Let's predict the customer churn. But here's the interesting part: input your customer's information. So let's try predicting some stuff. Average daytime minutes, we can go as big as like 380. Average data usage, let's say 5. The max is like 5.80. Customer service calls, we have 0 to 9. Let's say like around 1. Contract recently renewed, sure. So let's get the prediction. Will your customer leave the company? No, the customer will likely stay using your services, but if you increase this to like 8 or 9, don't renew the contract. Use, what is it? Like daytime minutes, you use 2, and then this increases to 1. Well, the customer is likely to leave the company and you're sad. And that's basically how you use the website. You can go to this link if you want to check it out for yourself. And thank you for listening.